units that it might just not even matter. But the thing is here, Movie is actually at 3 bases, and he's getting a 4th base up. So Zero is going to have to take either A, take a 5th and maybe 6th base, or B, stomp him right now, is what it's going to come down to. And there's Templar just going to make it so hard to do that, though. A lot of Zealots in the mix as well. Only two High Templar in that army. There's some Zerglings. I like seeing the Zerglings mixed in. Not going to be the best, obviously, against the Zealots, but could be very good for trapping Dragoons, drawing out Psy Storms as well. And here he comes in from the side. Oh, is he going to get the Templar? A storm goes off. Nice storms going off. Zero coming in from both sides there. Actually all sides, left, right, top, and bottom. Actually, not the left, but anyway, lots of attacks coming in, and he doesn't quite have enough High Templar to really hold off these masses from all different angles. If they come in from one side, you can just storm that side continually, and he's not quite able to do that. He's just moving in here, but the Zealots are doing a really good job against these Hydras. Oh, that's Storm Bait! Oh, look at that preemptive dodge with the Storm, getting right out of the way. The Storm misses completely, only hitting 1 or 2 Hydras, coming in with more, coming in with Hydras from the top. Zealots coming in from the back, though. The speed upgraded Zealots reinforcing are really going to keep Movie's army together, but he's dwindling. Both players' armies dwindling. The Hydra's chasing down those Dragoons and now falling back. Wow. And no more High Templar in the mix, so he's just going to be able to fight head-to-head at this point and not have to worry about dodging. He can still micro against those Zealots pretty well, but Zero really needs to counterattack at this point or do something to get back at Movie. He can't let Movie stay at 4 bases with him only at 4 bases. He doesn't have a huge amount of drone saturation. He's got like 9 hatcheries on the map. This is ridiculous. Still just +1 attack for the ranged weapons for Zero. Getting a Hive now as well. Curious to see what it's going to be for. If he's going to go for Swarm or if he's going to try and go for Ultras or something like that. Given the upgrades that he's at right now, with no upgrades, it's probably going to be for Swarm is what I'm thinking. Well, actually Swarm wouldn't be too much good with Hydras against Zealots. So we'll see what he does with that. Anyway, Movie with a large army here, and again just a lot of Zealots, and oh, there we go, there's some Lurkers. That's, oh no, drop for you. Beautiful move picking off that shuttle. And this is, I'm surprised that we didn't see this earlier actually with the Lurkers against so many Zealots. They can be so deadly, doing so much splash against those Zealots, coming in from the north and this from the side and the bottom actually. Lots of Zerglings as well. I like the Zerglings. They're getting close to the Zealots. They could do okay damage. The Zealots are going to own them pretty badly with their weapons upgrades actually, but they can sometimes draw out Psy Storms and make the Protoss storm their own units, trying to get at those Zerglings basically. Wow, look at this. Okay, 141 supply for Zero is what he's at right now. He's keeping his money pretty low, attacking in the middle here. Large battle, burrowing those Lurkers. Oh, nice storm right on top of those Lurkers. Beautifully done. One somehow survives, and this is actually looking pretty bad for Zero. Actually, well, maybe not. That's just a skeleton crew. I thought that was just the front end of his army, but that's the entirety of Movie's army. Look at this, 126 supply now. I think Zero probably just lost a lot of supply as well, but not as large of an army as I thought he might be, and he's actually getting forced back into this expansion. If Zero could take out this expansion, this budding expansion right now, it would be really huge. Whoa, those Hydras dying to a lot of storms, but the Lurkers still survive, and I don't know if he has any observers right now. It looks like he might. Yeah, he doesn't have observers. Overlord's just chilling there with some Hydras. May have picked off an observer, come to think of it, in the middle of that battle. But that expansion is not going to be able to go up just yet, and Zero is macroing like a fiend, an absolute fiend. He's not even going for a 5th base right now. He's just producing tons and tons and tons of units. That Corsair is just asking for it, and tons of units being put out for Movie as well, though. But he's just falling a little bit behind. Here comes more units coming in. For Zero, he's going to destroy this little expansion attempt pretty easily. And wow, not even that many High Templar actually. Now his Hive is up. I'm curious what tech we're going to see out of Zero at this point for the Hive. He's got yeah, +3 weapons now on the Protoss units. I'm surprised to see Zero clumping up his Lurkers as much as he is. Usually he's pretty good about keeping them separated out so you can't get too many storms on them. But Zero is not even expanding. He's just going crazy with just the Hive tech. And I wonder if he even just got the Hive just for the +3 attack. upgrade or something like that. He's not doing anything with the hive. He's not getting any extra tech there. Movie is being kept to those 4 bases though, so it's not completely horrible because Zero still has his main, and it looks like Movie is mined out his main and his natural expansion. So Movie is only mining off 2 bases right now compared to Zero mining off, let's call it 3 at this point. So he's still got a little bit of an econ advantage in that sense. And here comes, oh, he stormed his own observer. That is horrible. Oh, and there comes the Zerglings. He needs to storm those Zerglings, but he's storming behind them instead. And actually the Zealots can engage those Zerglings pretty well, take out a lot of them. Okay, he does have another observer in the back there, but Movie's force is getting just picked apart. The power of the Protoss is getting that huge unstoppable ball of units with just so much damage output, and the Storms in the back to deal against the masses as well. And he's just been dwindling slowly down, and look at this huge army of Zero. Somehow Zero is just, you know, he must have taken a loan from the bank or something, because he has tons of money. He somehow was able to produce all of these units despite having only 1 additional mining base over moving it with tons and tons of units, and they're just getting slaughtered, absolutely slaughtered by Psionic Storms. But it may not even matter at this point. Zero has so much stuff. It's just ridiculous. He's somehow pushing Movie back into his expansion, back into the side there. And look at this. Zero just rallying all kinds of stuff to the middle of the map. I'm curious what that line of yellow is on the left side of his top base in the mini-map. If that's Scourge or Overlords or something blocking just in case of a drop or something like that, which is a good idea. And what just happened there? He must have stormed those Overlords or something beforehand because they were really weak. Here comes some more Zealots. Excuse me. Storming those eggs. Oh, that could be really, really, really bad for Zero if he stormed those eggs. The eggs are going to hatch, it looks like. They are going to survive. 2 storms on lurker eggs will kill the lurkers before they even hatch. Wow, lots of lurkers out now. We're probably going to see a movie switch over and get more Dragoons now that there's so many lurkers at this point. In which case, yeah, it's a very delicate balance. The lurkers and the Hydras versus the Dragoons and the Zealots, etc., etc. He's got a nice group of lurkers here. He's going to move them back, make sure he can't get a lot of them stormed. He's got a nice line there going with the Hydras as well. Nice move. Wow, the Hydras taking care of the Dragoons, making sure they can't go in too close to the lurkers. The lurkers tearing apart the Zealots. He doesn't have many High Templar. The movie has really been going a little bit slim on the High Templar. I mean, he's been using them. He's been having a few with his army the whole time. But normally you see like 6 or 7, so he just cast all kinds of storms on everything. But he's only had a few with his army most of the time. So it's interesting to see that. He's been doing okay though with his army composition. Actually, that is a lot of High Templar now. Here comes in storming those. Oh no! If he's gonna oh that was so close. Oh, preemptive Archon morphing, so that he didn't lose those. Wow. Is he gonna get? Yeah, he runs back in, gets that Archon real quick. He's probably got the Adrenal Gland upgrade as well. Oh, nice storm there. Catches both those lurkers. He should probably even just fall those lurkers back or something. Let him heal up. Anyway, look at this ball of yellow on the minimap right outside Movie's base. Movie is trapped. He was unable to get that 5th base. He's still unable to get that 5th base. Zero finally taking a 5th base on the right-hand side of the map. I'm surprised he didn't do that a lot earlier. He's just going all out with these oh, Dark Templar going in. Nice! Very nice. It's going to get owned, but still gets the final blow on some of those lurkers. Oh, is he going to get the High Templar? Yes! Gets the High Templar as well. Again, another sort of July Zerg-esque move to run him with the High Templar. Sorry, with the squad of Zerglings try and pick off High Templar that way. Is he going to go for Plague? Is he going to go for Plague? Oh, running around looking for a Plague opportunity. Yeah, run back. Defiler gets back, barely gets out of the way of that Zealot. Wow, this is so back and forth. This could go either way at any moment. There's the Plague he wanted to get off. And if he can plague those Zealots, and then oh man, the Lurkers will do so much damage, but he's storming the Lurkers. 3 more Lurkers coming in. Oh! All in a position where he can get the storms on them very easily. Those Lurkers go down. He's just down to a few Lurkers here. Movie may be able to break out here, and if he can start taking out Zero's bases if he can get that army clump back together. But he's fighting under these swarms now. The Archon's not doing nearly as much damage, and Zero just macroing tons and tons of units of all kinds, forcing Movie to have all kinds of units as well, and forcing him to micro a lot, making it a lot harder for him to get that ball of death. And look at these Zerglings coming out, just crackling, just swarming. Oh my god, this is beautiful to see as a Zerg. Beautiful to see a Zerg player doing this. Tons and tons of units, just macroing like a fiend. He's got that 5th base up and running, and you can see just little streams of yellow pouring out of Zero's bases. That is just disgusting. Tons of Zerglings out, and Zerglings, you know, I mean, even though the storms can tear them apart, if you can just make so many Zerglings, it doesn't even matter. Then it's ridiculous. Anyway, finally caught up in upgrades. It looks like. Looks like Zero has +3 weapons, and I didn't see his Carapace there. He probably has some good Carapace going as well. Wow, this is hardcore. I cannot believe that Zero is managing to do so much with just those 4 bases that he had. Now he's got 5 bases, but he's probably mined out his main and his natural, so he's only got 3 mining bases at this point. But he's just doing so much with it, just getting out so many units. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. A little bit of a lull in the action, surprisingly, as I guess Movie has just fallen back. He was trying to press out of this contain for a while there, and he basically almost had on a couple occasions. And now he seems to be just holding back in his base at this point. Oh, no salvation for you. Get back off the ramp. That's actually a nice little spot for those Zealots to hold up, but they're going to go down one way or another either way to those cracklings. Nice storm. He's barely spreading out his lurkers now. Actually, okay, whoa, that was a close one. Looked like his lurkers were going to clump up there for a minute, and this contain is now really super hardcore. And while he's containing at this ramp, look at the attack coming up in the top right here, or top left rather, sending in some Zerglings in the top here. He's going to take out these cannons very quickly with these cracklings. Sorry, he's going to take out those the cannons pretty quickly. Is he going to be able to save this base though? Probes interfering, is blocking that one cannon. What is Movie doing? He needs to save that base. He needs to save that base. He needs to get up there and save it. I don't know if he's going to be able to get up there in time. He needed some Psy Storms up there. It looks like there's still Zerglings there attacking the probes. The probes have been slaughtered. The probes have been slaughtered, and Movie is mined out at his 3rd. All the probes have been killed at his 4th, and I think that's pretty much going to be game then. It looks like Zero's going to lose the drones at that expansion base, but it doesn't even matter at this point because that's all the army that Movie's ever going to make is that small clump of forces. He doesn't have any money, any income left. 11 kills, 12 kills on that Dark Templar, just killing everything, but it's just a matter of time at this point until Movie has to give in. Zero with just absolute ridiculous macro this game. He just got those 4 bases, defended them for a little bit, and then just went crazy. Just went crazy and just started pumping out massive units. And it didn't even matter that Movie had the same amount of bases. He just put out so many units. And there's GG coming from Movie. Zero bringing the series to 2-3, bringing it back up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely crazy macro game there. Beautifully played by Zero. Just macroing like a fiend and bringing it back. It's going to be up to, actually I don't know who is, Han Sin, relatively new player, to clinch that 3rd game in a row to bring it to an ace match. If the Stars have a chance of winning this series, it's going to be tough though because he's going to be playing against Sky High, a very good Terran player, in Game 6. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching. Let's move on and see if the newbie can beat the Golden Boy in Game 6. Thanks for watching. GG.